If you're watching this video, you probably are having a problem whereby your Final Cut Pro takes up so much of your storage. Well, I got a solution for you. A lot of the time, the reason why your Final Cut Pro takes up so much of your storage is mainly due to the fact that it renders a lot of things on your editing file. And each time it renders, the amount of storage your editing file consumes goes up. And sometimes it can even goes up to hundreds and hundreds of gigabytes. That is a problem that I faced when I first started using macOS. But right now, if you're looking at Final Cut Pro right here, you will see that I have so many editing files, about 33 projects in a single event, with so many footage being imported, as you can see, and all of them are 4K as well. And how I was able to make the Final Cut editing file and project take up so little space, as you can see, it jumped up from 3 GB to 4 GB very fast. And that is because in the background my Final Cut Pro is rendering those files. And so in order to prevent that from taking up so much of your space, here's something that you can do. Firstly, you can go to a very simple flat project, maybe a 1080p project, so it is empty, right? You basically click on this box right here of your library, and then what you do next is that you go to File, you go to Delete Generated Library Files and click Delete Render Files and click Unused Only. However, if you haven't touched the library in a long time and you're just coming back from an old project to a new project workflow, you can basically delete all the render files, but do not delete the optimized media or the proxy media unless you want to clear up your storage by deleting all of the library. So yeah, just click on Unused Only and it will basically clear up the render file that you're not using. So it is loading the projects that it is deleting the render file off, and you will see the storage will go down a little bit. So as you can see, it is now 2.7 GB of storage that is being consumed by this project library. Very simple, right? So that is one of the ways you can use in order to clear up the mess of a storage that Final Cut Pro create for you. Another way is to clear up the Final Cut Pro backup, which is secretly taking up so much of your storage without you noticing it. What it basically means is that Final Cut Pro always autosave your file, and so it always creates a backup of your projects whenever you're editing. However, when you finish that project after a while, if you forget to clear it up, it consumes so much of your space. So to clear it, you basically go to the System Setting, you go to General, and then you go to Storage. Under Storage, you basically wait for your macOS to calculate everything, and then you want to go to the Document folders, click it, and then go to File Browser, and then you can go to Movie, and then click on Final Cut Backup. I have 19 GB, about 20 GB worth of backups. Before I had about 64, but I deleted about 40 GB worth of it. But right now, all of these are things that I sort of need, so I did not want to delete it yet. But if you were to delete it, you basically click on the file that you want to delete, select it, and move it to bins. As simple as that. So that is the second way you can use to clear up your Final Cut Pro project, storage. Without wasting time, let us go to the third way, and that is to basically create one library and just stack up the project that you would need in there. What I mean by that is basically if you work on a project, do not have multiple libraries, because if you want to have multiple libraries, you will have to import the files again and again, which I see a lot of people are doing with their projects. They basically create multiple libraries on the same, basically the same project that they work for the client. So what that will do to your laptop is that it basically keep constantly creating either the proxy media or the optimized media, and it will become a duplication mess on your laptop. So what I did is, as you can see on my laptop, I basically create one library with about 33 projects or 34 projects inside of it. In this single library, I have imported every single resources that I need. Effects of image, videos, 4K videos, so that I can just hop on and off between editing and basically not waste space on my macOS. So that is also another way you can use to clear it up. So make sure you categorize your project. If it is schoolwork, create a library for school, one folder for school, and basically create a subfolders of the project that you're working on. That way you're not just wasting space on your Mac storage, because storage is quite expensive. And the last and final point that I want to share with all of you is to basically create the original media and the proxy media in your folders, and then you delete the original file. Here's an example. Let's go to Final Cut Pro. You click on the Import Media right here. And let's say I want to import this. So you're going to want to click Create Proxy Media, which, if you don't know, a proxy media allows you to basically edit and render your video faster, making your editing workflow a lot faster and more efficient. And you select Import Media. So if you don't click that option for proxy media, it will not create a proxy media file for you. A proxy media is a downscale resolution of your footage. Let's say you record in 4K, it will downscale to 1080p, which allows you to edit faster. So after that, it will be stored in here. As you can see, the Final Cut Pro proxy media, all of the file will be categorized in the date that you have imported it in. At the same time, Final Cut Pro will also import that footage and store it in the original media. When that happens, do not delete the original media or the proxy media. Instead, go to your original file and delete it because you have already imported it into Final Cut Pro. If you just keep it in your macOS, it will basically take up the space that you might not need. The same goes as when you finish your project. Do not forget to clear up all of the files that you do not need in this original media or the proxy media. Those habits, little things, will really help you to clear up your space a lot. And that is what I have been doing. I have worked on so many projects, as you can see, but all of my storage is not really being taken over by the amount of project. Again, another way you can also make sure you have more storage is to invest in an external drive, which is plugged into my computer right here. I use a SanDisk V2, I believe it is 2 terabyte. But yeah, those are the simple way that you can use to clear up your storage. Even when I use the external storage, if I do not use that trick, I would not have enough space because all of my projects consume 1 or 2 terabyte worth of storage to the point where I have to use both the Samsung and also the SanDisk at the same time. So yeah, those are the simple way that I have shared with you guys. If you learned something from it, be sure to smash a like and subscribe if possible. With that being said, thank you guys for watching and I will see you all in the next video. Thanks and goodbye. Peace.